Welcome back to the Saltines and Milk podcast.
Nope.
Welcome back to the Wisdom Vacuum, second episode. All right, don't everybody join in at once.
Okay. I just told Josh he was going to do this. This is what he does.
Josh,
What do
you're
you
doing
mean?
great.
That was the intro. What do you want from me?
Just continue.
Yeah.
Like what
I was
I
waiting
did.
for you. I was waiting for you for any other input. But okay, all right. Josh is going to run the intro for the whole thing, I guess. Second week back in the podcast.
I said.
We had a really good first episode. We got a lot more views, a lot more traction than I thought we would. We got some more people.
What was YouTube? 76.
YouTube, you just looked it up. It was like 70 something, wasn't it?
74, but there's like 35 unique viewers.
Yeah. So, for a first episode of people who
good.
don't matter at all.
Not even including Spotify.
Hey, speak for yourself, bud.
No, I speak for all of us.
Matter.
No.
Okay, that's true.
You're right. Yeah.
We got a lot of interaction, a lot of people reacting to it, a lot of the people we know, some people that I was surprised listened to it, some people's parents that I was worried when I heard they listened to it.
Yeah. My old people parents, they actually listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, so I'm happy. We're doing great for a second episode in, or so I would like to think.
Shout out to Stefan, by the way, for reposting on his Instagram to everybody that he follows. What a homie.
Big supporter.
Yeah,
Thank you, Stefan.
He's probably, like, of the people that I've talked to about the podcast, he's probably the most excited about its existence.
And my brother surprisingly sat down. Yeah, so my brother, I called him on the way home, and nobody knows my brother, I don't think, but he has a wife and he has a kid. I called him on the way home the day we dropped it, and I was like, hey, go check out my podcast. I didn't think he would do it. He immediately went inside. Well, our podcast. Sorry, our podcast. I couldn't do this by myself. I'd be a little short-handed.
I would watch that all day.
Anyways, was driving home. Yeah.
Oops.
Quit interrupting me.
Okay, shush.
And he went home, watched it with his wife, and then started immediately texting me, asking when we were going to drop, how consistent we were going to be. So he's been big time support of that too. So him and Stefan, thank you.
Yeah. I forgot. I was saying Stefan's probably the biggest supporter, but I think there's some competition between him and RC now.
I haven't heard much about RC.
RC, well, I've been with him quite a bit in the last week, so he's pretty excited about the existence of the podcast as well. I don't know. We're doing pretty good, better than I thought we would for just starting a very bad podcast out of the middle of nowhere.
It's so dumb. I told people that terrible. It's a podcast where you go to shut your brain off and be slightly entertained by our stupidity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what have you guys been up to in the past week so far?
I don't remember that.
You don't? Okay, so you didn't do much, did you?
Oh, I wasn't ready.
I got called Russian.
You got called Russian? That's
why are we in a hurry?
Be quiet. Anyway, there's this Russian guy that came into work, and I was supposed to be helping him because he wanted to talk to the guy overseeing the production of a sauna. And he started speaking Russian to me, and I'm like, I don't understand a word you're saying right now. He just looked at me and he goes, "You're Russian," and I was like, "No." And he's like,
he was,
"You look Russian." He's like, "You look Russian." I was like, "How do I look Russian? I'm a 5'2" white boy." It's like there's nothing rushing about me. Russian. Wow, Russian about
in a
me.
hurry.
He said it. He just said it like he was gonna will it. Like he would say, "You're Russian," and bless you, and you would know the language.
Yeah, and then the Russian, it's just like, "You are Russian." No.
You're Russian. That's interesting. Is that the only interesting that's happened to you?
I ate
I'm just giving
sub
Jacob
today.
more time to remember anything that happened.
I don't know.
You had meatballs today.
A meatball sub.
What?
Oh, a meatball sub. Wow, that's
Yeah.
riveting.
Highlight of my weekend right there.
All right, moving on to Jacob then.
All right. Sorry.
I got a coffee at our new coffee place in town today.
You were just talking about that. Yeah, new coffee places are fun.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Josh.
All right, moving on to Josh.
Nothing.
Josh,
I don't remember anything that happened
during your week.
I apparently a lot more than any of you.
Yeah, I know a lot more of what happened with your week than my week.
What do you know? Well, yeah, that's just because you've been trying to get me to play video games with you every night, and I've been like, no, I'm busy.
And then you have turned me down.
Yeah, well,
Rejected.
you got to learn to live without me, buddy.
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah. Anyways, for most of my time this week, I've been helping RC, that is Russel Cope. For those, I don't know who's gonna know him by Russel Cope as opposed to RC. Pretty sure everyone calls him RC. I'm one of the only ones that just call him Russell for some reason. He is working with Turlock now, and they gave him one of their upper rooms as an office, and it's a little rundown, so we're doing some pretty hefty renovation and remodeling. So I've been doing that pretty much every day since Wednesday. So a lot of time with him, a lot of work, a lot of drywall work, sanding work. It's been fun, and like I said, he listened to the podcast, and I got to get our first live reaction to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
While we were working, he ended up putting the podcast on, and I got to listen to him react to the episode in person. And do you want to hear what he thought about us individually?
Individually?
Individually.
Sure.
He developed individual opinions on each of us.
Did he think I was tall?
So no, not even a little bit.
Man.
He thought that Logan was funny because he said things he shouldn't.
Whoops.
He thought.
Yeah.
He thought I was right because he would actually pause. Like when we would ask a question, he would pause the podcast and then offer his opinion before we gave our answers, like so that it could not be, like influenced by our answers.
Oh, so he also said saltines and milk?
No.
Oh, crazy.
But most of them, he stopped the podcast and he like gave his answer, and as he's giving his answer, I'm like grinning and I'm like, just wait, just press play. And then
was this not the age one?
No, well, okay.
Oh, no.
Not your answer to the age one. We're talking about my answer to the age one.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the ones where he said like nearly word for word my answer. So, and then he thinks Jacob just consistently has trash opinions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jacob, you're trash.
What opinions?
Josh
He thinks Jacob's just a hater.
On what?
Yeah, on me.
Literally everything. Almost everything you said, he was like, that's like one of the worst takes I've ever heard. He's just, why is he just so wrong all the time?
What? That I didn't like your saltines and milk? I'll hate on that all day.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious, dude.
So mad. Josh came in here.
Guess what he said? To the saltines and milk, he says, I don't know about it, but you know what? I could see it. And you know what else he said? When we were talking about the poor food thing, because someone asked, where did this come from? And he was like, probably like poor food. Before I even answered. And I was like, that's exactly what I said! And
no,
then,
that doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm not gonna.
No, it does. It does. See, this is what I mean. He's like his opinions are just consistently trash. He was like, Jacob must just not understand what it really is to be poor.
You don't have to put saltines in milk when you're poor.
Yeah,
you
but
can
when
have
you're
saltines
poor,
and
you
milk.
want to do stuff like that to make it feel like you're not poor, because you're like, I'm not having saltines and milk.
I also grew up poor. I didn't do that.
Both of you.
And he was like, and you know what? You know what else he said? He said, I kind of want to try to see.
I'll try it.
Not that he didn't say it's disgusting without having tried that. I just want to point that out.
Okay, I will.
We will. We're gonna all try it in person. So you're not allowed to try it until 4th of July when we do it in person.
Yeah, that's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
And you two sound like an old married couple. Okay. You guys just had a yelling match on the podcast.
This is the second episode, and we're still talking about the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, you two. I mean, all of us. We talked about how we can't talk over each other. You two just yelled at each other so much that my brain was about to explode. I feel so bad.
We have talked about saltines and milk so much.
That's how, like, when we started the podcast, that's why that was the first question I put down, because I was like, I know Jacob's not going to let me not talk about this on the podcast.
Crazy. Because I've accidentally done something like that, and it's nasty.
We cannot have another half podcast be saltines and milk content. Please no.
No, we cannot. No salty milk. Please.
We have to move on from.
You're making it happen, brother.
I'd like to move on.
Okay,
we're moving on.
Basically, a bunch of questions that you're supposed to ask.
Basically, I'm right. Logan's funny. Jacob's stupid.
No, he didn't say that. He said he's a hater.
He's a hater and consistently wrong, according to RC.
I think it's funny that Jacob hates on people.
It's absolutely funny.
Not whenever he does it to me. I don't like that because it's short, little, stubby jokes. I don't find that funny.
I mean, I do. I'm like, when I do it, it's not always real.
Yeah.
I mean,
bring up my past.
If I was actually
that most of the time he is making fun of how short you are.
Oh yeah, that I'm making fun of how short Logan is. I don't like saltines and milk. I'm willing to try it though.
See, if only you didn't say it's disgusting and gross without having tried it.
I can do that.
See, it's like he's growing. It's beautiful.
Let's get to the funny parts.
This isn't the funny part.
No, I'm not giggling.
The whole podcast doesn't have to be just the questions. We can be funny people without the questions.
We can.
Nah, let's do questions.
I can. I can be funny.
Nah, let's do questions.
We just had a fight about saltines.
That's not a fight. That's one thing. Okay.
Sitting over here
we're gonna go back into the RC thing. When we were working today, RC and me,
and I,
he had a shut up. RC got on a FaceTime with his girlfriend, and we were just FaceTiming with his girlfriend for a while, and she goes, every time that I am on a FaceTime with you and Josh at the same time, you're just fighting the whole time. And we both instantly started laughing, and we were like, yes, but you will not meet anyone who fights more than us without ever actually being mad at each other.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun to fight. Like, as long as you're not getting emotionally invested in the fight, it's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm competitive. I like to win arguments.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It's fun. As long as no one's actually... As long as that's just because you're wrong. When you're consistently wrong and argue, it's a hater.
No, I have seen more people say saltines and milk seems weird than
you're attacking one singular argument that you could be seen as right on.
Well, you didn't say any others.
He said that whenever God decides it's my time to go was a terrible answer.
That's the only answer. What do you mean?
No, terrible answer.
He
answered like a man.
He plagiarized it out of the Bible. It was a correct answer.
It's a correct answer, but you're not answering the question.
See, that's what I mean?
Was the best
you're
answer.
not answering the question. I wish
I
wish he didn't delete the old questions so that I could remember which ones we asked, so that I knew which ones he talked about.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is Josh answered 80, and that was the best answer. I answered 4, which was the second best answer.
Why are we acting
somehow the second best answer?
I pulled second best answer. I'll take it. 4 years old, prime time, baby. 4 is the limit.
What here makes RC the best answer giver?
I'm agreeing with it because
I didn't say RC was the best
right.
answer giver. I just said RC said you were the worst.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, I'll accept it.
I just think it's funny how Josh came into this like, "How was your week?" It was like, "Oh, I got called a Russian." Hold on. I got called a Russian, and I ate a meatball sub. Yeah, great. Moving on to Jacob, and he's like, "I got coffee today," and we're like, "All right, moving on to Josh." Josh comes in, is like, "I was with RC. I'm the best. Logan's funny. Jacob sucks," and that was just.
Listen, I was genuinely excited to hear about what you guys did with your week. Like, I thought we would all have some funny thing, some funny quip to open the podcast with about what happened to us during our week. But
I think there was one thing, but I just completely forgot what it was. I don't remember what I was.
My week consisted of me constantly clicking on our YouTube and seeing how many views we had.
You told me that
every day. And Jacob's like, "You're crazy. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm looking how famous we're about to be."
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much every time I talk to Jacob, I asked him, like, "How's the analytics doing on the video?"
That's what I did too.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's about time we move on to questions.
Questions, comments, concerns.
Does everyone second that motion?
Yeah,
I third that.
You get to pick what they are.
I mean, we're just going to go down the list,
ones?
Except for skipping the one that we're holding.
We're holding on to a question.
Luke Goad submits a question. If you had to choose one to have for a whole year, would you choose afro, mullet, or mohawk? I think
the best
mullet.
Yeah, the best for style is just mullet.
Mullet, because it's like, it's definitely not flying under the radar, but it's flying under the radar more than afro and mohawk.
Well,
and I'm assuming we're talking mohawk, not faux hawk. So like a full shaved sides, only hair in the middle mohawk.
Mullet is just something that people would wear normally.
Yeah.
It's making a big comeback.
Also,
what kind
I think
of afro?
The afro, I'm thinking like...
Are we talking a white boy afro or,
What? How?
I don't know. I mean, I personally can't grow like a black pick afro, like where it's just a big ball on top of your head. I don't have that type of hair. I don't know if that'd be possible for me.
No,
but I think we're operating.
I think you need.
Well, yeah.
Hair.
I think we'll operate on the assumption that you can grow any of these three.
Yeah. So it's like if you had to pick, your hair could grow anyway. Mohawk, mullet, or afro. I'm going to afro because disco.
I'm still going mullet.
Yeah, I think mullet, but I think it would just look weird on me because
you're white.
It just doesn't. Oh. It just doesn't look right because my hair can't do that, so it looks strange.
I mean, you think an afro or a mohawk is going to look right?
I want an afro.
A mullet would look right. I could do a mullet.
A mullet?
We could do a mullet.
I think mullet. I feel like it makes me wonder what kind of mullet though, because the modern mullet that people do nowadays, I don't think is the same as the traditional mullet, because they'll go long across the top too. But I'm pretty sure the traditional mullet, you were really short on the top and long and curly all in the back.
No.
Yeah, I kind of agree,
always.
But I think who brought it back, my personal opinion, I saw more lesbians with mullets for a while there than I did with guys, and I think the lesbians brought it back.
You think that's like what caused the resurgence of the mullet?
Yeah, all the dudes looked at the lesbians and were like, I remember those.
I don't think that's what it is. I think what brought the mullet back is the fact that it never died in baseball. There has always been mullets in baseball, and I think that it probably just came back into population from like high schooler kids that played baseball, starting to grow long hair, grow mullets, and then becoming adults with mullets, and it just kind of grew back into style through baseball.
Well, I think just the overall 80s style has made a big comeback in like music and hairstyles, so I just think it came with it.
Yeah, that's fair too.
I just like the mullet. I just honestly just like the mullet anyways.
I think certain people can pull off a mullet really well.
My brother, Abraham Lincoln with a mullet.
I don't think Abraham Lincoln had a mullet, so that's really weird.
My brother's face, he like has a really weird, like Amish patchy beard with a little bit of a mustache, and I tell him all the time that he looks like Abraham Lincoln, and he hates it, but he kind of looks like Abraham Lincoln with a mullet.
I thought you said when he has a mullet. No. I thought you were saying the mullet makes him look like Abraham Lincoln.
No. No. That's a defining feature of Abraham
That's
Lincoln.
why I was really confused, because I don't think that was a thing.
No, it wasn't.
Dude, now I want to find... I'm going to have to look up a picture of Abraham Lincoln with a mullet later.
I'll send you a picture of my brother.
It's probably like on a t-shirt with...
Actually, yeah, also send me a picture of your brother, because now I'm really curious about that.
Hold on, let me see if I have one.
What are you saying, Jacob?
I said it's probably, like, if you look up Abraham Lincoln with a mullet, it's probably like a t-shirt with, like, him with sunglasses on or something.
Oh, yeah, there'll be some kind of, like, modern hip art, but it'll still be fun.
Yeah.
Anyways. Luke also asks, charcoal or propane? I assume this is for grills.
Cooking purposes.
Personally, I have not gotten into grilling as much as I would like to yet, but I have always liked charcoal more. When he says charcoal, I assume he's talking about briquettes, not actual lump charcoal. Like
I was about to say
charcoal.
briskets.
Not briskets?
I forgot how to pronounce briquettes.
Yeah, you put those on top, not underneath.
Yeah, that's the wrong spot.
Say,
I think you got that a little confused.
I like cooking my meat over more meat, personally.
Yes.
You're just not a man if you don't cook your meat with meat.
Yeah, if you're not burning meat to cook your meat.
My meat has meat flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to try like actual wood lump coal to cook with instead of just briquettes.
Wood lump coal?
Yeah. It's like it's instead of just briquettes, it's actual charred wood. I've made some too myself, but it was more for like foraging experimentation. I don't know. I think it would give a really good flavor. But personally, as a generalization, charcoal for a grill.
I think propane.
Propane? You going the
propane and propane accessories.
I'm going the Hank route.
Jacob, give me a Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
What do you think? What do you think, Logan?
What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, briskets are good.
Yeah.
I think it's better than
that's
propane.
Not the question.
Yes.
I mean, I agree. I won't argue with you. I love I had a brisket sandwich today, but
I wouldn't cook with them.
like charcoal? I think I like charcoal. It's nice. It's well rounded. And I get to use lighter fluid in matches. So there's kind of some funness to it.
Yeah. I will say it is nice with I haven't used one, but I've heard people talk so much about their Traeger propane grills and how they can control the temperature for like really slow cooked meats, and keep that propane on just the perfect burn. So I think there's definitely benefits to propane, and it's a lot easier and cleaner. But I don't know. I haven't
had to get a Traeger.
Yeah, I haven't used either enough to choose. Stephen Smith asks, "What dead meme slash trend?" Sorry, we can sit in silence for 30 seconds if you would like.
Did you have more to add, Logan?
Yeah, everybody got quiet. I thought we were done.
I just thought it was funny because it's like, all right, next question, and then
no, go ahead, talk about your brisket some more.
Yeah. Josh just takes a deep breath and he just goes, Stephen Smith said there was no introduction to the next question besides Stephen Smith said, no,
sorry,
we're fine to move on from briskets. It's okay. All right? Move on from the charcoal and propane.
Would you like me to announce each of our segues and make it really, really stiff and
yeah.
Okay,
yeah, make it super stiff. Make it
unfunny and
okay.
Serious.
I would like to move on to the next question now.
Do it.
Continue.
Is this amicable? Does everyone agree with this motion?
Go more monotone.
Sorry. Would everyone else like to move on?
Hear ye?
Yes, we can.
Hear ye isn't. Never mind.
It works.
Stephen, no, we're moving on. Stephen Smith asks, "What dead meme or trend do you wish would make a comeback in 2025?"
Vine.
No,
I don't know if Vine counts as a meme or a trend. That's a platform.
Vine was a trend.
Vine was not a trend. Vine was a
Vine is gone.
I thought he was doing Vine.
Yeah, but that's like saying I wish if Instagram was gone, I wish Instagram would come back. That's
like
not
if it was a trend, Fine. Like if Vine was still here and it fell off and you wanted it to come back, but it's just gone.
Okay, Jacob is no longer a hater. Both of you are haters. It's okay.
That's not even an actual answer to the question. It's not a meme or a trend.
I just miss Vine. Okay.
A trend would be like mullets coming back.
Okay, move on. Give me some time then.
Okay, Jacob. Do you have an answer?
Well, if I was going to go the route of worst answer, as RC said, I'd bring back probably dabbing, the word swag.
Ooh.
What else? Harlem Shake. We could bring that back. Yeah. That was
why.
I like
because apparently I have the worst. I have the worst takes. So
yeah, I like you so much more when you're not giving your actual opinion. It's so much better.
Okay.
Should have said Vine.
and then you ask RC again. He's like, "Oh, I want those all to come back. Those are actually the best." Dude, I love the Harlem Shake.
Listen. I'm not saying RC is correct. I'm just saying it was neat to get the first in-person review, live review, and I just wanted to give his input. I'm not saying he's correct, although I think you are wrong a lot.
Okay.
Personally.
Ooh, you guys are about to start fighting again.
Oh, you know what though?
All I'm saying is I'm going to give him a firm handshake next time I see him.
Oh no.
It wasn't a threat. Sorry, RC. You can beat me up.
So what dead meme or trend do you actually want to come back?
I think early 2000s sounding music. That sound of early 2000s rock, late 90s rock.
Okay. I thought
that was peak.
Huh. What bands or songs do you have in mind when you're thinking of this?
Early Paramore or Simple Plan. Kind of early punk rock. I love all that stuff.
So earlier grunge punk music.
Yeah.
Jacob, that was a good answer. That was a very good answer.
See, that was acceptable.
RC doesn't think so.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Well, RC listens to exclusively country music, so I don't even know if he would merit. I don't exclusively know if he would merit opinion on that.
I understand why he doesn't like me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the
'Cause
ones
of the
where he was
country.
like, Jacob's just wrong.
Yeah, this is why.
That's kind of what
This is
sealed the nail
understandable
in.
now.
That's what sealed the nail in the coffin. You said, when did country music begin? And he goes,
Oh yeah.
so this guy's just wrong all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I could. People who like country music are very passionate about their country music, and I would see why he would just want to purge me from existence.
Because he wants to just listen to, songs about dogs, girlfriend, heartbreak, truck, dirt road, gravel.
All those, like the first, there's two in there that are just like normal.
You're acting like country music is the only genre that has stereotypes.
Yeah.
Don't you dare start stereotyping other music.
No, they already have stereotypes. I don't have to do anything.
Well, don't say them. The people don't need to know them.
Okay.
RC is wrong for listening to country music.
All right then, Logan. All right. What do you want to come back?
So you said dead meme or trend?
Yeah, an old meme or an old trend that's gone now.
I think an old trend that is disappearing that we need to bring back is women in the kitchen.
Oh boy.
I spoke my piece.
I don't. Okay. That's. So what you've done there is you've walked up to like a window, thrown a grenade in the house, and then ran. Just left us to deal with the mess that you're making right now.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the house that the grenade is in and just move on. No,
you're outside watching with me.
So we're just both watching this house explode, and the house is the podcast.
Yep. I'm giggling, and you're watching in theater. Okay. I'll give a solid answer. That one was just for funny. I thought about that. I guess a dead trend. I guess it.
Okay, so you didn't take time to think about anything.
No, I did, but I don't know how to say it. You thought
about the insulting meme.
Yes, I did. No, that one was just for jokesies. There's a reason why we have a disclaimer in the YouTube. It's because of me. I
won't argue.
Russell said I'm funny because I say things that I shouldn't.
Yeah, well.
I think we should bring back the trend of like, I don't know how to say this. I don't think kids these days know how to dress themselves properly. I want to bring back the trend of like just nice looking clothes.
Yeah.
Because I hate what everybody wears. Like I don't know. I guess that's my biggest thing that I want to come back is that I have the biggest issue with. I want the trend of modesty to come back.
What do you mean?
Look nice.
What do you mean with kids wear? Like, what do kids wear that irritates you?
I see dudes walking around with, I guess, like 16, 17, 18-year-old kids walking around with their ears pierced and they're wearing pants that are dragging the ground. And it's just like, you're a man. Like, play the part. Look like you're put together.
You just think you think teenage fashion has gone just
yeah. I think. Well, I'll just speak to the guys. What guys are wearing nowadays, especially in the world, they look like trash. They look like they don't know what they're doing. It's like borderline 90s gay. It's like that kind of fashion. I don't like it.
You know what sucks? I was about to say I wish we went back to some of the 90s styles.
No.
I was about to say that too.
Nope. I wish we went in the closet, leave it there.
I wish. I'm not talking. I hate that you had to say 90s gay because 90s was about to come out of my mouth. I was just saying I wish we would bring back some of the 90s, like the moderate styles. Like it's weird. You look at have you ever seen an old video of high schoolers in the 90s or the really early 2000s?
They look so much older.
They look so much older than I feel like everybody looked when I was in high school.
I think it's because they're put together. Now, I'm not talking about whenever I said 90s gay. I was just hating on wearing the pants down to the ground. But yes, like I look at my parents whenever they were in high school, especially my dad, and I'm like, why do you look so much older? I think it's just because they were put together.
I think part of what makes us think they look so much older is because that generation became our parents, and I don't think they stopped wearing that clothes. So we just associate a lot of those styles and some of that clothing with older people because that's what our parents wore. So I think we just think they all look older.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Josh, what trend or dead meme would you like to bring back?
I think we should bring back I think we should bring back dangerous pastimes for kids.
What?
Lawn darts. Bring them back.
See, lawn darts is my first thought, but not like I understand why that one had to go. That one's fair.
Why?
But I mean, like,
that was so much fun.
Because kids were stabbing other kids in the head accidentally.
They're just
that's
playing.
all good. That's all fun.
I know. I would love to have lawn darts.
Accident.
Personally, I get it. It's like the problems will take care of themselves. I know. I want lawn darts. I wish lawn darts were a thing when I was a kid, but I know I would have got hurt. I know I would have got hurt with lawn darts, and I think that's okay.
Jacob, say what you said.
What? I said, are you saying children are the problem?
Yeah, but children are the problem. But children being the problem is what becomes the solution.
But you said the problem will take care of itself.
No. I was talking more. I was talking more about. I was talking more about like the whole. We need to get rid of warning labels so the stupid people will just kind of take care of themselves.
Well, then the company get sued.
But if you do that, like if you get rid of the warning labels on plastic bags, you're gonna have a lot of children that are suffocating.
Yeah, that's what I don't think. I don't think we should do that.
So we can't do that.
I don't think we should do that personally. I don't think we
because
should.
a lot of those warnings are preventing children from putting plastic bags on their head because they can read.
What I'm saying
kid is going to look at that and be like, "Oh,
exactly."
So that's put that on my head.
So we have to keep those warning labels. That's
what I'm saying is when was the last time you saw a 6-year-old
with a plastic bag on their head?
No.
It was yesterday. I just saw one.
No. A 6-year-old to 10-year-old with a cast, like with a broken arm or a sprained ankle. Kids don't go out and play rough enough to get hurt anymore because they have too much technology and they just stay inside and rot their brains.
Oh no, my nephews do.
I think. Well, there's still some. There's absolutely still some, but I think as a generality, we need to get kids back into sports that have a chance of them getting hurt. It's character building and it's good for them.
I got hurt a lot in sports, and let me tell you, it hurts so much to wake up in the morning now.
So what you're saying is we need a lawn dart league.
That's what I'm hearing.
I personally would love
6-year-olds.
Okay, maybe not that.
6 to 10. Include the older ones.
No, it's starting at 6, I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to bring back fashion. Jacob wants to bring back music, and Josh wants to bring back kids getting hurt.
That's a terrible way of putting it, but you're not wrong. Oh,
you're going to find a wife someday. That's what's going to happen. Then they're going to look at this, and they're going to be like, you want kids to get hurt?
I do. I want my kids. I want my kids to get hurt a little bit. It's good for them.
Smack them around a little bit. Shove them into the coffee table.
What happens if your kid spends his entire his young childhood never getting hurt, and then he becomes a teenager and he breaks his arm, and now he's crying in front of like all the girls at school because he's never been hurt before?
I mean, I would.
And he makes a big deal out of it.
I'd cry.
Well, I would think
that's a bad example.
That it might be justifiable if you are a child and you break your arm to cry.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about once you're older and you're at an age where you should be able to handle pain and you should be able to just like tough through stuff that's hard. If you never get hurt or have to do stuff that's hard as a kid, you gotta get used to that.
Yeah.
All right. On our next podcast episode, Jacob and I are breaking Josh's leg and seeing if he cries. At this age, he should.
Great segment.
He should be able to hold it in.
That is what you said.
That's not exactly. I feel like that might be a slight misrepresentation of my point.
Oh, he said arms. Never mind.
Tune in next week. Breaking Josh's leg.
Dude, can you imagine the views on that? Maybe we should do it.
We get 300 views.
Yeah.
Big guy gets his leg broken by a midget.
And then they just click on it and they're very disappointed.
In me or in Josh?
Yes.
Oh.
Like that?
All right. Fine.
Let's move on.
That was a good segment.
See? We moved on. Were you happy with that transition?
Yes.
Okay, we can move on now because Logan said it was okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Logan has consented to the moving on.
Hear ye?
Mm-hmm.
Mason DePonte asks, "Who is a better rapper, Biba Dupay or NBA Youngboy?"
I think there's a typo there. I think it's Biba Doobie. Is the actual artist name?
I have no idea. I haven't listened to either of their music.
Apparently, this is a meme.
What?
Apparently, I asked Mason about it because out of curiosity, I went and I listened to NBA Youngboy, and I was like, "This is not great."
What do you mean?
It's fine, I guess.
No. Like, he's way better singer.
I don't know.
I'll play you one of his new songs.
I haven't listened to the Bopadop person, and NBA Youngboy just has. I listened to some of his songs. I listened to like the top 5 on Spotify. It's fine. And then I asked Mason about it, and he was like, "Oh," he laughed like he didn't actually mean for this to be in the podcast because apparently it's a big meme that NBA Youngboy is better at singing than the Beepadop Boop person.
Oh no, it's beautiful. Have you not seen the memes?
I have not seen the memes.
I didn't know of a lot of his music beforehand, but then it shows his classical sound, and then it's. I mean, yeah. I get it.
I don't know. I'm gonna defer to Jacob's opinion on this one for once because I don't know who these people are.
For once, we're gonna take what RC said
out
of the equation.
Songs.
No, I've listened to the new songs. I don't know. We're not going to listen right now. No, Jacob, we can't. DMCA.
Don't do it.
What?
We can't do that.
We're going to get copyright.
Oh, it's just one of his new songs.
Take it down.
We're going to get banned.
I don't know. Jacob, you're the professional on NBA Youngboy and Beat Boop Bop person. You make the decision.
I don't know any of their music at all.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question.
Mason, bad question. Bad.
No, Mason, wonderful question. I just have no idea.
Don't influence him to be bad.
I tried to go along with that. I just have no idea either one of them.
Yep. Shame.
Okay. Next question. Joseph Gordon asks, "What defines a man?"
Oh, yeah, I like this question.
All right, next question. I don't know. I have no idea how I'm supposed to answer this one.
Josh, you get first answer. Josh Cosby, how would you define a man?
How would I define a man?
Yes, that is what I asked.
A featherless biped. That only it's.
Did you have a stroke?
That's I guess that's just a joke for the intellectuals.
Yeah, who you think you're talking to, dude? I barely passed my GED.
There's an old Greek philosopher who was talking to. Some philosophy about what actually is a man, and someone said featherless bipedal, and he grabbed a plucked chicken and he says, "Here, behold a man."
Huh.
It would have been funny if you understood. Never mind.
I got a better way to ask the question. If we're not going biological, what defines a man going from a boy to a man? What defines that moment?
Oh, what makes you a man?
Yeah, we'll take it away from the biological reasoning. What is your idea? What makes a man? What turns a boy to a man?
I would like to think that's what Joseph meant, but you never know with him.
Once you can drink a black coffee without complaining.
I was like, are you just gonna stop it? Drink?
I was worried that's what he was doing. He paused for a second there.
Also,
black coffee. Yeah. Once you can go bar hop, you're a man. Yeah. No,
that makes you a man.
So once you can drink black coffee.
Once you drink a black coffee without complaining. And some people, they're like 25 and they still cannot do this.
You know, I think if you got hurt enough as a kid, you're a man.
Also true. You need bullying. Bring back bullying. That's what you should have said as a
That's
trend.
the one. That's what I should have gone with.
Bring back bullying.
Bring back bullying. But bring back moderated bullying. I don't like when a bunch of people target one kid. I don't like that. It's not good for anyone.
Start shoving the kids back in lockers. That's what we really.
Yep. Amen.
Fist fights on the schoolyard.
Yep.
I think when you start to become a man, I think a lot of it has to do with responsibility and personal accountability. When you stop making excuses for yourself about stuff and you start really shouldering...
Like when you stop coming home from school and saying, oh, some boy punched me today. Like, just stop complaining about it.
Yeah.
Handle it yourself. Be a man.
Yeah.
Punch him back.
Be a man. Shove him in a locker. Then you'll learn something.
What do you guys think? No serious answers from Josh anymore.
No, I thought I
thought that was a great answer.
Good input.
I could tell. I could really tell.
Josh is advocating for the Triple B movement. Bring back bullying.
Yeah.
That's a previous question. What are we?
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, not that Triple B. No.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. What defines?
What makes you a man?
Somebody just took a nice gulp of water.
How did that come through?
But the viewers are going to hear that.
How did that come through? I have noise suppression
and
everything.
It was just.
It was that loud.
Yeah.
No. I don't know, man.
It was. You can't say no.
I didn't say no. I just said how.
Oh, I thought you were. Jacob was like, it was that loud, and you're like, no. What defines a man? I think whenever you start balding,
you're balding, aren't you?
Yeah,
no.
he's saying he's balding.
This sounds like someone who's balding.
His father is bald, and now he's balding, and now he's complaining about it, and he thinks that makes him a man.
No,
now.
It makes me a man. Yeah, that's I can sniff that one out, buddy.
Yeah. He thought he was slick.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
We caught on.
You know you become a man whenever you can just use body wash over your whole body.
When you start using Irish Spring 13-in-1, that makes you a man.
Doesn't Ryan use that?
Okay, so like 14-year-olds.
Okay. You just called my brother a 14-year-old.
Yeah, but that's like you start doing that at 14 when your parents are tired of buying their teenage son a bunch of stuff, so they just get you the 12-in-1. Like, here, deal with this.
No, it's
motor
just
oil,
convenience.
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's married now. He doesn't have to care about himself.
That is true.
Like how he looks.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he got married, like every time I see him, he's just downhill.
So, are you saying that marriage is downhill? Everything after marriage is downhill?
Next question.
Yeah, we better move on before Jacob says something self-incriminating.
Okay, what defines man? I think Josh hit it with the responsibilities. I really think it's responsibilities and being able to think for yourself and make decisions for yourself and not having to lean on mom and dad. Because at that point, you're moving on to support your own family. So I think responsibilities, decision making, and what's maturity. I think that's what defines it.
Even if you don't have a family, you don't have to have a family. There's a lot of
orphans
just...
can be grown too.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the ultimate goal for a man. A man from birth is like, that's his only thing. Carry on the lineage, create a family, support that family, do well for yourself so that you can do well for others. I mean, that's how my dad raised me.
That's fair.
I think that's how every young boy should be raised, is get yourself together so that you can support somebody else in the future. Nice gulp
Can you support me?
Dude, how? I'm just not, you know what? I'm never drinking water again.
Jacob, I'll support you mentally and emotionally.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Your answers have been trash so far tonight.
My first check?
I'm sending you love right now. That's your first check.
Dude, score.
What am I going to buy with love?
I don't need anything if I have your love.
Did you have an answer, Jacob?
What was the question?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, he distracted me.
What makes you a man?
What makes you a man?
Nothing. Nothing makes Jacob a man.
That's sad. What? It's okay, buddy. It's all right.
Certainly not his legs. Have you seen those?
I have seen his legs.
Okay.
I feel like he could wade knee deep into a creek and it would snap his shins.
Oh. Now say something nasty about Josh.
I'm being mean. I apologize.
Josh, you're adopted.
Oh, well all right.
Josh, you're a flotation device in an emergency.
What?
Flotation device.
Useful? Life-saving? Thank you.
Just lay on your back and I'll just hold on to you.
But a not useful life-saving device.
Oh no. So just a life-saving device that it just sinks. It's not.
I doubt that you sink.
I sink pretty hard.
Wow.
You don't got much fat on you anymore? Maybe I'm thinking of 4th of July, Josh.
When I was definitely a little bit heavier then, but even when I was younger and I was in wrestling and I was really, really skinny and really fit and muscular, I sank really heavy then. Like I was a very bad swimmer because I had no buoyancy to me. And I've definitely put on a lot of weight since then, but it really hasn't made a whole lot of difference for my buoyancy.
You used it twice there. The word buoyancy, I'm dumb. I don't know what that means. Just say your floatiness, okay?
That's what it means.
That's what it means.
It sounds like you understand what it means.
Sounds like you use context clues and figured out what it means.
I don't know. It makes it more difficult for me. Hey, this is a shut off your brain podcast. I don't want to have to think about big words.
You know what makes you a man? Big words. Big words make you a man.
Yep, that's what I think.
Oh, come on.
I second this.
No. I used a big word today in a car full of people, and then I looked at my mom and I was like, I didn't use that right, did I? And she goes, nope, not one bit.
Big words and 5'6" and up makes you a man.
I actually think I'm 5'7".
5'8" and up makes you a man.
Hey. No.
How tall are you, Josh?
5'10".
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I agree to this. This all checks out.
Yep.
Well, that's not fun.
It's okay.
I want to be a real boy.
We can move on.
Next question.
Well, it doesn't have to be fun if you're a real man.
Oh.
Next question.
Okay.
You're a hater.
Russel Cope asks, what is the ideal way to pick up a woman?
Preferably
I'm so worried.
Underneath the armpits. That's
okay. Like a child.
Yeah, here you go. Just underneath the armpits. There you go, lady.
I'm getting the idea that's not what he
That's not what he meant?
You know what is funny? The moment he gave that question, he tried to change. He was like, maybe I should say, what is the ideal way to pick up on a woman so they don't do the whole, like, under the arms and lift with your back thing.
He left me a hole there. Thank you, RC.
Yeah. I told him, yeah, it's going to happen. I'm still going to make them give an answer, though.
And first thing out of my dumb little face was that. Jacob, how do you pick up on a woman?
This is the worst question for me.
Josh, how do you pick up on a woman?
This is also the worst question for him.
See, this is the other thing he said about this question. He was like, he said, I think this is the perfect group to ask this question.
Oh, come on. I'm dating somebody.
Yeah, but she asked you. Doesn't count.
Yeah, boys. Keep that in mind. If she really likes you, she'll ask you. I
See,
mean,
if you do stay in a corner for the rest of your life, somebody will find you.
I'm actually being honest. The 3 girls that I have dated have all come to me.
Yeah. I actually realized me and Jacob talk about this pretty often about like, Josh, you need to just go talk to people. I realized pretty recently that that's part of the reason that I've had such a hard time like trying to get into dating is because all of my previous relationships that I've been in, granted most of them weren't in the church and weren't really healthy relationships or were in like high school before it's really like means anything. But in all those previous relationships, the girl was always just as interested in me as I was in them, so it was a mutual thing. Neither of us was the only one seeking the other person out. So for me to I have to get used to going out of my way to talk to someone, and that's the thing I'm trying to develop.
I'd much rather talk to the dudes than a woman.
Okay, hold pause.
Okay, so he's gay.
No, hey, look. I'm just saying they are more fun to talk to.
So he's gay.
Okay. Well, so I think the thing with how to pick up on a woman, there's a couple different options. One, dudes who are listening, yeah, you want to go talk to her, ask her out, do whatever. The worst she can say is no.
No.
Yes.
No.
If you want to ask a girl out, go
no,
for
it's
it.
not the worst she can say.
No, it's not. But I'm trying not to scare them off, Josh. I mean, if she looks at you and she goes, ew.
She can say ew, and that's quite a bit worse.
Yeah.
But honestly, if they do that, you probably don't want them anyways, because that's kind of rude.
Yeah.
It is a bit rude, but it's also worse than just no.
And I wouldn't do that.
I mean, just like my girlfriend, she never just came out right and said anything. She added me on Instagram. And that was her little way of saying, sup, you know? So from there, it's like, number one, how do you pick up on a woman? You pick up on their cues, on their signs. And then from there,
I've never added any women on Instagram before.
You added me.
What?
What?
Huh? This is not how this was going.
What
I'm saying it's just normal for people to add people on Instagram. Hasn't worked out yet. That's all I'm saying.
You're making me worried about like if I send someone that I have like mutual friends with on Instagram, if I send them a friend request, am I accidentally hitting on them?
No, that's your declaration for love.
Let me explain it. I mean, I'm dating my best friend's sister. So I've been really good friends with Gavin ever since I was 14 or 15. And since then, it's like I had unfollowed and deleted my followers off Instagram. I didn't care. And then slowly added people back. And then she just, after I got to talking about her brother, and I was like, yeah, your sister's kind of cute. She heard about that, and then she added me on Instagram, giving me the gateway to message her.
Okay,
to open
so
up
there
the
was
conversation.
There was prior context.
Right. Okay. So like if you're talking to a girl,
don't worry, Josh.
and you're like, hey, say you're in a meeting and you're talking to a girl and she's showing the same amount of interest. You guys are having fun. You're just talking, good conversation. And she adds you on Instagram later that night. Don't take that as she's hitting on me. Take that as she remembered who you were, thought you were cool, and then see how it plays out after that. Maybe open up a conversation, pick up on her that way, see what the feelings are.
That makes way more sense because the way you delivered it originally was like, "Hey, she added me on Instagram, dude. She's so."
Well, that's because Jacob said. No, that's not how I meant to. That's Jacob just said I didn't start it, and it's true. I didn't. She's the one who opened everything up.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So you got two things: either talk to women or wait for them to come to you.
Yeah. My
Josh is really, really good at waiting for them to come to him.
My romanticized idea that I've always had is this actually goes back to another trend that I'd like to bring back. It's not really a thing anymore, but asking people on a singular date. Like, hey, do you want to go out on a date? Not dating, not boyfriend and girlfriend. Would you like to go out to dinner? Would you like to go out on a date and get coffee or go to some event together? I wish that was still a more common thing. I don't think it is. And
I think it is, and you just don't do it.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think people start going on dates until they're in a more committed relationship. I don't think people. I mean, I could be wrong.
You're wrong.
I might just be wrong. That to me, I think, is the ideal way to like really start trying to get close to someone. Is if you guys get along, you like laugh together, and you communicate well. Ask them to go out and get coffee sometime, or if they want to go try this food place out together.
I wish you would do that.
Jacob will go and get coffee.
Jacob, why are you so invested in my love life?
No, he wants to
I care. Because I care.
I was just about to say Jacob would go get coffee and food with you, and then before I could get
never
it out,
asked
he was
me
like,
out.
I wish you would. Jacob and I have gone on more dates than I've been on with my girlfriend.
I have been on more dates with my buddies and my friends than I have been on with any amount of women ever. It's
words you've spoken to a woman.
It's frightening. Me and James or me and RC we'll go out and get coffee together or go watch a movie together. How do we go on more dates with each other than we do with women? This isn't supposed to be like this.
Because it's bromance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a good thing. You gotta give the homies goodnight kisses every now and then, okay? That's just how it is.
Just because women are scary.
Yeah.
Some women are scary. Like my mom, she's scary.
Yeah, and some of them aren't at all, like Logan.
Yeah. Wait, whoa. Hold on a minute. Calm down. I'm not supporting you anymore. You don't get my love and affection anymore.
Oh.
Can I have it?
Josh, do you really want it?
I don't have any really small friends, sure.
I don't have any friends that can just fit in my pocket, so
I don't have like a toss around friend. I could use one of those.
Hey, if you get one of those little baby, like the little front baby holders for your chest, dude, I'll hop in.
Oh, all right. So now we're doing that 4th of July too.
Yeah, I'll even look up at you and say, "Dada," you know.
All right, I might not want to do it that much.
Hey, Never mind. Willing to take it, if you're willing to hold me, I'm willing to say it. All right.
Let's move on to the next question before.
Why did you say really short?
Stranger. Huh?
Why did you say really short?
You know why. Moving on. Russell also asks, if you had to be the wife of one historical figure, who would it be?
Ooh.
Historical figure, I would say that has to be like pre 90s.
I was gonna say Kobe.
That is not a historical. I mean, okay, well,
His wife is set now after that little helicopter incident.
I guess technically you could say it's a historical figure. That's kind of why I'm wanting to push it back to like 90s at least.
If you wouldn't find them in a history book, I don't think it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. I learned a lot about history, and a lot of people were bad.
Very good.
That's the question. Do you want to be the wife of someone who's powerful, so you're set, but kind of evil?
Hmm.
This is a hard question.
Yeah, because it's like,
you have to be a woman.
yeah, it's like,
Okay.
I don't want to be that.
I mean, to be fair, that is hard to think about. Like,
it is.
These are jokes.
Because you're thinking about the woman of what historical figure? So you're thinking about an important man, but how many important men important men? How many of them do we know about their wives to know if it was like a good position to be in?
Like
some of these important men might have, some of these important men might have like beat their wives, and we're like, I want to be wife to that guy, not realizing.
And then we were talking about Abraham Lincoln, and I'm like, but they were depressed because their son died. And I'm like, me as a wife, I don't want my son to die. And it's like, I don't know what to do.
And then your husband dies.
Yeah. Pow.
I mean, that's how it happened.
Never able to watch it play again.
Well, because you're dead.
This is a really hard question.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob, I'm the wife. I'm not Abraham Lincoln. I'm the first lady. Okay.
I think there was multiple before that, but
I mean, I feel like the obvious thought is it is a president. That's what our minds are all going to.
Michelle Obama's out.
Michelle Obama's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Michelle Obama's wife.
Well, I'm thinking like, do I want to be Barack Obama's wife? And I'm like, oh, Michelle Obama.
Barack Obama is still alive.
Yeah, she got rid of the strawberry milk at my school when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
Barack Obama is not a historical figure.
I know, but I was thinking a president.
He's a president. That's
Yeah, he will go down
be.
in history. Yep.
He's not historical yet.
I don't know. Logan said it.
Hey, don't switch this.
I don't know.
Historical figure.
The problem is every person I think of, my second thought is, yeah, they probably beat their wife.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
Daniel Boone's wife.
That's pretty cool. That's a good
thought. Because you live on the frontier. He was a really nice guy. He was an excellent shot. I mean, I'd fall in love with that. They had good kids. He was tall and handsome. Yeah, I think Daniel Boone's wife. I'm going with that. Lock in. Lock in that answer in.
That's a good answer.
Man, it has to be historical. So I can't just say like Ryan Reynolds.
No, see, that was my first. I was like, that's my first answer. But then they said historical, and I was like, oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Can we change it from historical? Because I'll pick Ryan Reynolds. I'll do it right now.
I don't know.
This is yeah.
Josh, you didn't say an answer yet.
He didn't.
I'm gonna go with Tolkien. I don't know if he would count as historical, but my first two thoughts that I can settle on that I think would actually be good are Tolkien and Mark Twain.
Mark Twain definitely.
You know a lot about
his wife.
I don't know much about their spouses. I think Mark Twain would probably be the more interesting one. I say Tolkien just because I love Lord of the Rings, so that'd be cool to be.
That's not a historical figure.
The artist of
pre-90s.
Yeah.
No.
He's not famous enough to be a historical figure.
Fine. Whatever. I thought we were going further back than that.
He's pretty far back. How? When do you think Lord of the Rings was written?
I don't know. I just watched the movies, so yeah, it kind of messed up my brain. It's okay. I'm just being dumb, like normal. Moving on. Jacob, whose wife are you going to be?
Actually, no, not Mark Twain. C.S.
don't
Lewis. I'm saying C.S. Lewis. Because still a very accomplished writer, big in fiction, but also has a lot of religious writings as well.
All
I
right.
think that would be interesting. That's who I'm going with.
I don't know.
What guy are you going to marry?
Go Martin Luther King
John F. Kennedy.
Jr.
Oh no.
No.
Why were those two people who got assassinated?
Actually, yeah.
We did just say that, didn't we?
Yeah, he's like, Martin Luther King, dead. He got shot. Then you're like, Kennedy. It was like, got shot again.
I was like,
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even listening to his answer.
And I listed Abraham.
Yeah. We all just
Wow,
want to
that
be
is
single. I think that's what we're
assassination
getting at.
If we're gonna be married to a guy, we gotta be single.
Yeah.
nice people die, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been going over an hour.
Oh, we're over an
Have
hour?
Yeah,
do we want to cut it off there? Save some of these questions for a different podcast.
I think we should.
Okay, we could do that.
Wow, that was an interesting podcast. Mom and Dad yelled about saltines and milk.
Hold on. Guys, I think we should move on to the end of the podcast.
Don't use my words against me.
You have to consent to this, Logan.
Logan, do you agree?
Do I consent? Yep. Josh, hit the outro.
All right, this has been the Saltines and Milk podcast. I'm glad you guys could all.
You're gonna get confused.
This has been Milk podcast.
This has been the Wisdom Vacuum. I hope you guys have all enjoyed listening to us be stupid for an hour and whatever it's been. Leave likes on all our platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your media from. Leave comments with your questions either in our Discord channel you can join, in the comments on YouTube or Spotify. I don't know, does Apple Music have comments? Is that a thing?
I think so. I don't know.
Either way, if you have questions, DM them to us, leave them in the Discord, leave them in the comments. We'll gather them as well as we can. Give us your suggestions for guests to have on in the future. And thanks for listening.
Bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.